Welcome back. We'll get to Klay Thompson getting snubbed in a second, but first, some highlights presented by Hilton. Get a price match guarantee when you book at Hilton.com. Bucks and Raptors, Game 5. Eric Bledsoe finds Giannis Antetokounmpo in transition with the alley-oop.
Bledsoe and the Bucks had it rolling early. I thought the Raptors had problems, especially if Bledsoe. He unlocked his game from three-point range, too.
And you're going to see this on the next highlight as well. Force a stop, get out in transition or semi-transition, good things happen.
Do you watch these highlights before me? Like, I'm just now seeing this.
I just knew it. And what you're going to see right here is the vintage Kobe Bryant underbite snarl.
That's Kobe? Oh.
Yeah, Kobe invented the underbite snarl. Sorry.
All
right, more from this game. Pascal Siakam sending Malcolm Brogdon's layup attempt out of bounds. See ya.
Siakam's been very good defensively. He's taken a bit out of him offensively. Hit one big three last night in a big spot. But he also had another block that's not in the highlights on Giannis right at the rim. That was a critical play in the game.
As the games have gone on, he's gotten more and more comfortable with the setting, the stage.
Absolutely.
Nick, play drawing a blank?
I'd love to.
Patrick Mahomes was back at OTAs for the Chiefs. He enters the season as the favorite to win in the MVP. Mahomes won it last year after throwing for 50 touchdowns. CC, the best player that is the best chance to challenge Mahomes is blank.
The dude trying to chug beer last night. He ain't good at chugging beer. But Aaron Rodgers, no. He's good at chugging that football. Aaron Rodgers, look for him under the very, very young new coach to thrive. Look for Aaron Rodgers to be back on the mountaintop as the best quarterback in the NFL. Aaron Rodgers sizzling hot in 2019.
Yeah. Last year, a quarterback in year 2 won the MVP. The year before, a quarterback in year 2 nearly won the MVP in Carson Wentz. The guy that's going to challenge Patrick Mahomes the most, Baker Mayfield. Quarterback in year 2. He's got Odell Beckham. He also is a first-time head coach. Got all these fun weapons to play with.
Yeah, you hear that, the herd?
We saw. Oh, yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah. Take
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield. Odell Beckham, comeback player of the year.
Yeah, we're promoting both Baker and Odell every single day. And Colin, there ain't nothing you can do about it.
And we love Kawhi Leonard on the show too. We got a lot of beef with our other shows. But Baker, listen.
Yeah. And matter of fact, I've taken over. You're not mentor for Nick no more. He's under my wing. He runs out from under it, but sometimes he's under it.
Let's get back to the NBA. Kawhi led the Raptors to a Game 5 win in Milwaukee. The Claw poured in 35 points, including 15 in the fourth quarter. Some are making the case he's the best player left in the postseason. Nick, the best player left in the playoffs is blank.
I'm not going to let recency bias ruin this for me. The best player left in the playoffs was the guy who was the best player throughout the entire year.
Riding him to the end.
The guy who is still going to be in the NBA Finals, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Why are you giving me that look? What? Why are you giving me that look?
Okay,
he hasn't played the best this series. He's the best player in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's tricky pool. All right? Okay. Which players are playing the best? Okay. Right now, this is a conversation between either Steph Curry and Kawhi Leonard. Dude over here is trying to stay on brand because he was like, oh, LeBron's going to hand the trophy to Giannis. You don't even know how to say it. I was like, you need to stop. So now he won't let it go. He's bet all his money. Milwaukee in game 4.
Oh, my God.
Milwaukee game 5. Oh, yeah. I called the bookie last night before the game. Let him know who Nick bet on. Oh, okay.
So much money.
Steph Curry, man. Steph Curry or Kawhi Leonard. Steph Curry, I'm going to give him a little bit of edge over the Kawhi.
Right.
That was very funny, and it was all very true. I mean, you've got me pegged here.
The all-NBA teams came out, and Klay Thompson was not on the first, second, or third teams. While he seemed upset, he said he's much more focused on winning rings. Nick, the player that has the biggest gripe with yesterday's all-NBA team announcement is blank.
I don't want to speak for Chris, but I think we both agree this is a very fair list. That there's no one, there's no horrible omissions. Nobody got screwed over. But the guy that I think was closest was LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge on a team that lost its best player in Kawhi Leonard. They still make the playoffs. He played 81 of 82 games, averaged 20-plus points per game for a playoff team in San Antonio. Now, you'd have to either leave off Blake or LeBron. Both those guys were better, even though LeBron missed all that time. So I think they got it right. But the guy who, to me, was the closest is LaMarcus Aldridge.
I would like to make a case for Bradley Beal. What he went through, John Wall being out, all the turmoil around that franchise. I was like, man, Bradley Beal. But Klay, hey, man, he missed out on a lot of cash. That's a lot of cash right there. And I was hoping that the pain of them winning, the ownership and with the Warriors, like I was hoping that Klay got it. Because sometimes you got to grandfather these people, and you might not deserve to make the Pro Bowl, but did they actually play better? Were they on winning teams? Clay could have slid in on the third team, so I'm going to go with Clay.
All right, and finally,
his mama called him Clay. I'm going to call him Clay.
Drake might not have been in Milwaukee to see his Raptors win, but he certainly still celebrated, leading a Jurassic Park watch party in Toronto.
Team on the road, let's throw a party.
Drizzy certainly has been front and center these NBA playoffs.
Drizzy.
But CC, you know, Drizzy. The best celebrity NBA fan of all time is blank, my friend.
No one's done it better. They say it was Jack Nicholson behind them shades, but the guy sitting behind them shades at center court for the Los Angeles Lakers year after year, finals after finals. There was no guy that respected the game, and others respected. And if he shows up, you know it's a big game. Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson's a great one. There have been some great ones. There's Spike Lee, of course. There is Penny Marshall. There's Billy Crystal. Guys, men and women that are iconic with their team. But I'm going to go with, to me, my favorite celebrity fan of all time. My guy, Chris Carter. Hanging out with those Miami, LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Miami Heat teams. Look at this. Celebrating on the court. What, is that Gary Payton? That's the 06 title. Look at Chris Carter. A little more rested Chris Carter. Oh, I like that picture of you. You must not have been waking up at 3 in the morning back.
Yeah, if I had the kind of money Drake had, I would have been out on the court, like right on the court. I'm in row. I had row 1 year, and I had row 2. I was right behind Dwayne Wade's wife. I mean,
row 1 and row 2 sound good, but it's really double.
I mean, his first wife.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Yes, it's a different story. Jenna, go ahead, please. Go ahead.
Okay.
Good
coming up, do the Warriors.
You see that little shirt I had on?
Yeah, that was nice. That was nice. Do the Warriors need KD to win the finals? Next, first things first.
Is that one of those shirts? You got caught up in that way? Come on, man.
You got to have a different wardrobe,
Come on, man. I can even see the undershirt. Come on, man.
I used to have some pecs back then. Shoot.